Hello, good afternoon. My name is David Sinclair, and today I'll be discussing Kirkus Reviews and how this can be used as a selection tool by librarians when developing and managing their library collections. So the reason that I chose this particular site to talk about today is because I've used it before in a previous class for my MLIS degree, Young Adult Literature. I tried many different websites to get reviews for books while doing various assignments for that class, and found that many websites, it's actually pretty difficult to find reviews for young adult literature. There's just so many books published every month, every year, and only some of them trickle into a lot of those mainstream publications. However, I found that on Kirkus, I could much more reliably, just much more often find reviews of whatever book I was looking for. And so just their huge amount of resources really makes me think this would be a very effective selection tool for school librarians at any level, from elementary up until high school. So like any big publication website, there's plenty of parts here, and so I want to focus on just a few that are particularly useful from the librarian's point of view. The first one of those is going to be book reviews, not surprisingly, but there are lots of different categories here and other sorts of breakdowns, so some of these are more useful than others for our purposes. So the first one I want to go to is under the categories section right here. There's children and teens. Now, like I said earlier, there are a lot of books that come out for young adults, and if you just see what is the last page of this list, it is the 545th page. So there needs to be a way to prune that down a little bit so it's a little bit more helpful for selection. And this is one good way to do it right here, where you see all, stars only, and all recommendations. A star is right here. It actually defines it, the Kirkus star awarded to books of exceptional merit. So if you check that, it will limit the list here to only books that received that commendation. So that is from any age level, though. We have 5 through 8, 3 through 6. Well, that's an advertisement. But this is a lot of diversity with age, so another way you can kind of limit your selection here is go right here, books for all ages. You can actually select an age range right here. So now you can have kind of two variables at work, both the award for quality and the age range. You can also narrow it further to ones that are already available, coming soon, or have been recently reviewed. And so these are some different ways to kind of give you a sense of what's out there with award-winning young adult fiction. So the reviews themselves, I'll just click on any of them. This right here is about an average length. The Kirkus reviews are pretty short. Usually the first sentence is some sort of summary sentence, a little synopsis statement, and then the review itself here. Combination of critical thoughts plus some plot summary, pretty general. It'll always have the genre and the age range down here. So that's pretty useful. And these reviews are written, I wouldn't say very informally, but very accessibly. And because they're not very long, you can read quite a few of them in a series, which, since selection is for a library is such a time-consuming process, it's good to have a little bit of brevity, as long as it's not so brief as to be detracting from actual information. Another part of the book reviews, the section I want to look at, is the best of. There are a best of list, which is basically just a compilation of all the award winners thus far. I think their year goes from October or November to October of the next year. So books within that range are nominated for their awards for the subsequent year. So here we can go to the teen section. All of these, they have this right here, the best books of 2015. And then you can look for teen right here or for picture books. So this doesn't have as specific of a breakdown as far as age range, though you can look for some breakdown via subject matter right here. So it's just showing all picture books, and then we have some ones about family, about friendship, minority characters, animal lovers. Similarly for teens, we got, let's see, science fiction, fantasy, romances, adrenaline rush, etc. So there's some other ways you can kind of, if you're looking for particular types of genres or particular types of subject matter, some other good ways to narrow that search. So I've mentioned that many of these books get nominated for an award. So there's another section of the website about what's called the Kirkus Prize, a fairly substantial literary prize bestowed annually to authors for 3 different categories: fiction, nonfiction, and young adult. You'll see they have the winners and finalists for the previous 2 years and only the nominees for the current year because they're not done with that selection yet. So let's just say I go to 2015 for fiction. So we have here the winner. And so out of all the books that were awarded this commendation originally, this is the one that was chosen as just the best, or at least their favorite, fictional book for young adults from the year. And then you have finalists right here. Okay, all of them linked to their own reviews, and it even says here, Best Books of 2015, to let you know it was at least nominated for that award, though it didn't actually win it. And again, that's for both fiction, nonfiction, and then for young adults specifically. So here are the young adults from that year, here's the winner, and then all the finalists as well. So this is an even kind of a higher tier than just the ones that receive this award, as there's actually quite a few of these per year, though even those winners are only a fraction of total publications per year. So there's just so many. Another good section of this website to consider for library selection is the bestseller section. So the bestsellers, of course, books that are very popular, that sell a lot. And so what Kirkus brings up is they're popular, but are they good? So if you go to teen right here, you'll have all these popular, commercially successful young adult books, and then one of 3 verdicts. Borrow It is the middle one. It means it's pretty good, but not like the best. If you see Buy It, then it's going to be an award winner here, so they're giving this a higher commendation, like this is worth buying. And then some they actually say to skip it, such as this one here. And in the review, they'll discuss why they think that. But this is just kind of, these 3 categories are a broad but still helpful way to kind of break up these different commercially successful books. Okay, the very last thing that I want to mention is actually under book reviews as well, but it's down here in the left-hand corner, hot lists. And lists, pretty easy to look through, usually about 10, maybe 10, 11, 12 or something, different lists by genre, age level. And so this first list is actually 11 teen titles you don't want to miss this summer. So, I mean, I'm assuming that these circulate pretty regularly. Got Indie Best Books of the Month, classics that won't put you to sleep, etc. So some of these aren't going to work for young adult, but some of them do. So lists are another pretty convenient and fast-paced way to look at kind of what's a snapshot of what's out there and what's making waves in the literary community. Alright, so of course there are many other parts of this website that I did not cover just now, but some of them deserve particular attention from librarians and others who are trying to select good books for whatever their personal or professional purposes may be. Alrighty, well that's it for my description of a selection tool. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time.